I knew it like destiny, and at the same time, I knew it as choice. Nothing's perfect. The world's not perfect. But it's there for us, trying the best it can. That's what makes it so damn beautiful. The things that pose the greatest threats to your survival are the most real things. There's more to logic than identifying logical fallacies. Do good. Live in the most positive and joyful way possible every day. There will be time to prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet. Don't look to the approval of others for your mental stability. You might have had to deal with many disappointments in life, but don't doubt the possibility of success. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of production and trade. Every time you help someone to achieve success, you become more successful. Always help to lift the burdens of others. Sometimes you weren't supposed to share pain. Sometimes it was best just to deal with it alone. My one regret in life is that I am not someone else. You just have to go after what you want, and if it doesn't want you back, then so be it. It doesn't deserve you anyways. The big lesson in life, baby, is never be scared of anyone or anything. You are the point of origin for everything in your world. You set the standard for yourself. You know there's no such thing as a complete lie. There's always some truth in there. It is wise to keep in mind that neither success nor failure is ever final. Fame is a vapor, popularity is an accident, riches take wings, those who cheer today may curse tomorrow, and only one thing endures: character. I want to be free, Michael. Just for once in my whole life, I want to be free. You are free. You just don't know it yet. Victories that come cheap are cheap. Those only which are worth having come as the result of hard fighting. People resist a census, but give them a profile page, and they'll spend all day telling you who they are. No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of others. 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Absurdity is one of the most human things about us, a manifestation of our most advanced and interesting characteristics. To read is to empower is to write is to influence is to change is to live. Be compassionate, and take responsibility for each other. If we only learned those lessons, this world would be a better place. When one experiences truth, the madness of finding fault with others disappears. I trust that everything happens for a reason, even if we are not wise enough to see it. Life isn't about what you get, it's about what you do with what you get. There's no point having wishes if you don't at least try to do them. Change may not always bring growth, but there is no growth without change. Be you, do you, and don't change for nobody but you. When, at last, I ceased to be myself, I came to be. Shock is a merciful condition. It allows you to get through disaster with a necessary distance between you and your feelings. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it can. And just when you think it can't get any better, it can. Happiness is part of who we are. Joy is the feeling. There can be glory in failure and despair in success. Everything's a risk. Not doing anything is a risk. It's up to you. Never judge what you have not experienced. Every moment is a new experience. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination. Have faith in your ability. You will do just fine. If we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we aren't really living. To say that the first casualty of war is truth is to miss the rather more important point that a principal weapon of war is lies. You must find the place inside yourself where nothing is impossible. I had to philosophize. Otherwise, I could not live in this world. There is only one kind of shock worse than the totally unexpected, the expected for which one is refused to prepare. For any sin, we all suffer. That is why our suffering is endless. We fool ourselves so much we could do it for a living. Leadership is all about making things to move forward, not backward. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise, seek what they sought. A concept is a brick. It can be used to build a courthouse of reason, or it can be thrown through the window. The shortness of life, so often lamented, may be the best thing about it. The tyrant dies and his rule is over, the martyr dies and his rule begins. Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Life doesn't imitate art, it imitates bad television. Ideen mij vivogem zivilgenja sotist, ki si jai postavis sam. The problem you and I have, as wrong planet people, is not so much that we mean everything we say, but we expect that everyone else does too. We do not remember days, we remember moments. The richness of life lies in memories we have forgotten. Time deals gently only with those who take it gently. It's impossible to walk through solid rock. You have to walk between the molecules that make up the rock. Misunderstanding is my cornerstone. It's everyone's, come to think of it. Illusions mistaken for truth are the pavement under our feet. Harus menjadi pimbarani pada hidup yang dipilai. Harus menjadi pijuang pada hidup yang di luar pilihan. We had the experience but missed the meaning. An approach to the meaning restores the experience in a different form. Sometimes it's better to stop trying to make sense of things. Life isn't clear-cut. There are always gray areas. It amazed me how quickly a lie loses its power in the face of truth. True success cannot be achieved until you have experienced failure. You may be good, but that doesn't make me bad. You may be intelligent, but that doesn't make me a fool. I don't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains. You cannot connect with anyone except through reality. It had never occurred to me that our lives, which had been so closely interwoven, could unravel with such speed. There is nothing in this world so hard to get at as truth, and there is nothing in this world but truth that I care for. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. The place to improve the world is first in one's own heart and head and hands, and then work outward from there. It takes greater faith to dance in the dark than to rest in light. All men want, not something to do with, but something to do, or rather something to be. Nothing forces us to know what we do not want to know except pain. Marika yang barani adala Marika yang tela berker ben minimukan darinya sendiri. So shut up, live, travel, adventure, bless, and don't be sorry. I don't judge people. It blurs out the center of my attention, my focus, myself. What saves a man is to take a step, then another step. Filter out the irrelevant noise. Focus on the objective. If you are out to describe the truth, leave elegance to the tailor. If you don't care for obscenity, you don't care for the truth. If you don't care for the truth, watch how you vote. He will essentially follow the language of the spectacle, for it is the only one he is familiar with. The boy and his heart had become friends, and neither was capable now of betraying the other. To have what you have never had, you have to do what you have never done. The truth is never what you want it to be, little fox. Time bows to authentic commitment, and it stretches to accommodate it. Help others without any reason and give without the expectation of receiving anything in return. The world is moving so fast these days that the man who says it can't be done is generally interrupted by someone doing it. Never limit your view of life by any past experience. The Christian religion is a very powerful and convincing mistake. You'll forget it when you're dead, and so will I. When I'm dead, I'm going to forget everything, and I advise you to do the same. Everything and everyone, including you and I, are made up of the magic from the stars in the sky. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts, but if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. It is not as much about who you used to be, as it is about who you choose to be. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. Miracles don't just happen. You have to work to succeed. You have to have an achievable dream. When terrible things have happened to you, sometimes the promise of something good can be just as frightening.